So why do we write? Why do we communicate in general? And I think it helps sometimes to remember what we're doing. That when we write, we are trying to make a representation in another person's mind. Representation is a loose word. Mind is a loose word because it's not always a picture, although it's often a picture in the other person's mind. It might just be a feeling of the sound. For example, in Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling calls one house, the house of the bad witches and wizards, is called Slytherin. The word Slytherin, you can hear the snake in it. So it's not just the mind, it's the ear, it's all the reader's senses, but as you write, you want to write through your reader's eye or through your reader's senses. You're not just using words you like, you're asking yourself all the time what the reader sees, what the reader feels. And in general, a classic piece of advice that is very good is to write with solid nouns and active verbs, because your reader sees those and puts them in the picture very cleanly and efficiently. You can also use adjectives and adverbs, and here is my advice for those. Don't use words like very, very. And even with your nouns and verbs, this is still a good way to think. Ask yourself of the reader, with each word that you write, can he touch it? Can he taste it? Can he smell it, see it, hear it? Can he feel it in his eyes or on his neck or in his loins or lips or lungs? If it's a word that your reader can feel or see or touch or taste, he feels it in his neck or his toes or in his tongue, then that's a good word. And if it's not something that your reader sees clearly, it's probably not a good word. Very, very wonderfully beautiful looks different in every person's mind, which is why it's usually not considered strong writing. As an example of this, I will ask you to pause this video, not yet, go into your bedroom, look under your bed, make sure it's clean, put your feet under your bed, pause this video, and when you're ready, try to watch the next 30 seconds with your feet underneath your bed. Ready? So, if you are like me, it's difficult to keep your feet underneath the bed during that video. Although nothing crazy happens. There's no explosion, there's no machine gun. In the same way with writing, we don't need crazy big words. We just need to be clear and specific. We need to know what our reader is seeing and feeling and thinking, and we link those ideas together for effect. And ideally, our effect will be a gestalt, and that is something we'll practice in our activity.